Well, we are docked in Nottoway, Louisiana. It's 6:30 in the morning. It's a path through the bushes. You can see a little like breakwater or something. And I see another line there. And it is humid. It must be kind of near a road because I hear something. Oh, and there's more of a levee or something. Oh. And I am just discovering that that's the white plantation that I read about. I can hear a road nearby. Yeah. And here's all the little critters that made their way to our balconies while we slept, I guess. They turned some bright lights on, lit up the whole boat a couple hours ago. They're not on anymore. I'm guessing that they attracted these bugs. So as we're trying to make coffee here this morning, and I'm icing my foot, I was just looking at the daily activities, which I didn't expect to find a lot on a river cruise, but they do have it. So they have the games you can pick up like Sudoku and crosswords and stuff. And they have a movie they're starting at 9 a.m. Of course, we're going on an excursion, so we'll miss that. But if you were still on the ship, they're going to play Where the Crawdads Sing, which is an excellent movie. Liked it. And then Puzzle Party for Jigsaw, and then Trivia Game. And then they have the Walk a Mile, where you walk 7 times around the deck of the ship for a mile. And then at 1:30, they're going to have a Riverlorian for a talk on the river series, the first of many, I think, or several. And then read a river map. Again, that Riverlorian is going to show you how to read navigational charts. And then at 4:45, there's a captain's reception. So you can meet the officers and get another glass of sparkling wine, like when we came in yesterday, which was really good, by the way. A lot of times when someone gives free champagne, it's awful, but that was good. Okay, 5 p.m.'s all aboard. And let's see. Yeah, then the shore excursions person has a talk at 5. And then we just had dinner, which is all open seating because there's supposed to be 245 people in the ship and in the boat, and there's only 141. So instead of doing the 2 dining times, you can just come and go when you want. 8 o'clock is the show, and it is called River Song, a musical experience. And then late night entertainment. They always have a band down there. And today we are in Nottoway. This is our arrival at 9 a.m. I think it was more like 6. They turned all the lights on in the boat during the night, and then it didn't feel like we were moving. All aboard's at 5, and we leave at 5:30. That's a picture of that mansion over there. They nicknamed the White Castle, I think. This just talks about that. And everything, this is an all-included tour, these riverboats are, so you could go on this tour right here, which is of that mansion. But we are going on this Life in the Bayou Cajun Swamp. Most of these tours, if you want to add on to it, are like $99 additional charge if you want to up your experience. And we chose that for 3 of them, although one of them we're going to back out of now that we're not going to Vicksburg because it's going to take you to a different place, Natchez. And then you get bus to Vicksburg, but it's 2 hours. And yeah, it would end up being, it said, a total of 6 hours on the bus. So I don't think we're going to do that. But anyway, I'm hoping that we'll still be able to, I don't know if you can only do a guided tour of this or if we'll be able to just walk on and, you know, do this later, just self-guided tour, but don't know. Yeah, here's that form for doing other excursions other than the included ones. Like I said, there's an included excursion at every stop, but you can also upgrade. And here they are, and you can just see that was for New Orleans before you got on, and that was $99. You can see most of their things are $99. There's one that's $199, $119. Yeah. All right, we got our in-room coffee done, so we can start the day. Okay, I'm out here on our little balcony. Chairs are comfy. The arms of them have the insects on them. Not as bad as the railing. Have my cup of coffee that we made in the room. Looking forward to that. Didn't find the decaf until after we had it made, so I'm gonna just drink regular caf this morning. It's good. Stronger than I make it, but it's good. Yeah, it was pretty moist out here this morning. You know, dew and all. And I could feel a lot of humidity in the air, but we're used to that. Even though it's cool, there's still some humidity. Yeah. And there's the, I don't know what you call it. It's not really a breakwater. I guess they probably did all that to stop erosion. We can hear our neighbors. They're outside too. Oh, they're in their robe outside. I saw the little slit. But you can hear a little bit in the hall and a little bit in neighboring cabins. Is it me? So here I am in my little American Queen robe and slippers. Going back out on the porch to finish my coffee.
Season, so.
Sugar cane.
But first, Castle. Population of about 1,800 people. Yeah, fortunately, the river, as you see, you've been on it. It was very, very close. It caused that beautiful day. They grind more than 16,000 tons. So right when we get in front, you can see different fields. You can see how cane is taller in one area, shorter in another. Maybe look up now on the driver's side. See the trucks that are on the bins here? They're just rolling up. One's being dumped out right there. Amazing Germans that came by and built these fabulous things, because the architecture here, the carpenters here, they didn't have those skills. I had the chance to visit Germany just last month, and it's remarkable how the similarities here. It's very, very industrial in the area that I went. Very flat, a lot of the same types of buildings. It was almost like I was stepping into Donzonville or the German coast, where we're actually headed today. So of course, because this was a little Cajun town, they kind of preface everything with Cajun. You'll see in a moment, Cajun daiquiris, right? That's not a spicy daiquiri, it just means that this is from Cajun country. And the daiquiri is actually a drive-through, right? Les bons temps roulés, right? Let the good times roll. This is actually a place that you can drive up and get an alcoholic beverage and drive off. Right? That's how a reason that they get away with that is because they hand you a daiquiri in a cup with a cover on it, and they hand you a straw filled with paper. They're just going to assume that you will not drink and drive.
Yeah.
Right. Answer them in Cajun French. One thing my mom and my grandmother would speak all the time, and so when my grandmother passed away, my mom had nobody to talk to, and so today she struggles to remember anything in Cajun French. And so one thing I do remember is all the curse words, unfortunately. That seems to be today. You are crossing over the Mississippi River again. In case you're wondering, yep, it's the one that you sailed on earlier. All these plants, well, the one coming up on the driver's side is an oil refinery. This is Shell Oil. They actually established here, they had an explosion a few years back. They shut this one down, and they actually shut down several of them because they're trying to make a greener imprint here. They're cleaning up, they're actually planting soybean, and they're using it as a biofuel to run the mill.
Easiest job ever.
There it is.
Hey, y'all, there's a few quick little things in bylaw we got to go over before we start any tour out. A couple things that do come up a lot during the tour, y'all. Number one is you'll see the signs that say please remain seated or whatever. I'm not telling you to ignore those signs, y'all, but if you want to stand up to take a picture, stretch your legs, get a better look at something, feel free, go for it. While the boat's moving good, your head and their body are in proportion. You know, I'm going to try to give him one more marshmallow. Now, usually, marshmallows is the first question I get out of here. People want to know what's the deal with marshmallows.
It's like a dragon.
Marshmallows? Why do we
That's
eat
a little
marshmallows? Y'all, an alligator, they surprise me every time. Somebody just put them out here a couple days ago to try to see if we can get some ducks to come land, but I always forget about them and think they're ducks. Yeah. Alligators and fish are up there. That bird is flying around. He just went up. So there used to be two towns out here. One was the town of Rudock and one was the town of Vernier. They were right next to each other. And in those two towns, there was about 4. There's 3 mass graves. We're going to pass one later. And that's why people think this place is haunted. Some people claim to hear cries for help, but nobody's... We get cold fronts come through, y'all, and they won't eat at all. When they want to warm up, what they do is they get their back out of the water. A lot of times they actually get up on land. I got a good feeling we're going to start seeing some on land pretty soon, or nothing will get away from it in the water. They get up on land. You'd think you'd be able to get away from that thing right there on land. That's probably a 9 or 10 footer. Y'all, that alligator right there on land can run, there's another one over here on the right too. That alligator can run 27 miles an hour. People tell you to zigzag to get away from them because they don't turn too good. At 27 miles an hour, it's going to catch me before I zig or before I zag. So trip whoever's running next to you. That is your best bet to get away from an alligator. Just one person, that's it. Relying on humans for food, they get aggressive around people, and that's what's going on with the alligators in Florida. And if you put them right next to each other, you wouldn't have a problem. It's more of a dark brown, almost a black, where everybody expects them to be green. They're always painted a green color. Crocodiles are more of a... So there's crocodiles all over. I mean, they got crocodiles in the United States. There's something like 21 different species of crocodiles. There's the ones that everybody kind of sees on the Discovery Channel and all are the saltwater crocodiles. They're like northern Australia. I had a guy on my boat years ago from Australia, pretty much. They got a big long snout. They look nothing like a pig on a farm. They're cool to see on a tour. They're a nuisance animal for us. Anybody in the southern United States, y'all probably know about the pig problem. Here's a raccoon, Joe. Alligator go after anything for a while, they'll walk right by the alligator. You know, because they get complacent, and complacency ends up killing. 2 months ago, that happened out here. They had an alligator laying up there, and the raccoon just walked right in front of him, like he's probably done 90 times. That alligator grabbed him. That was That was, y'all on the left-hand side, this is that mass grave. All the stuff you're going to see there is not original. All that stuff was put here by the current owners of the land. That's a Mobelian slider and a turtle on the left.
Mobelian slider.
What, is that an animal?
Yeah,
A turtle.
Vegetation now. Canals are man-made. When you're in a canal, you can tell. Canals are perfectly straight. There is no natural body of water that's perfectly straight like a canal. Canals on the right, that thing's perfectly straight. So bayous are natural. That's what we call T-Broad. T-Broad's 11, maybe 12 foot right there on the left.
Right
You
here.
know, if you remember what I told you, from the tip of his nose to the base of his eyes, how many inches that is, that's how many feet they are. Their head and their body grow in proportion. So when you just see their head, they're kind of deceiving. That's a big boy right there. They were logged really heavily. 1950s, the state made it illegal to log cypress. Cypress, the lumber don't rot, don't decay, and termites don't eat it. So everybody wanted to build out of cypress. They have a pretty all throughout the swamp. You'll see these little things that look like a small tree growing up out of the water. That's the roots of the cypress tree. They call them a cypress bees. It helps the tree stabilize itself. I called those trees big trees Those are state property, and we got on state-owned property. So that's marking the land. We're on state-owned property, which is a wildlife management area, which you're allowed to use, hunt, trap, fish, whatever.
Little bitty
You
guy.
can still visit that
Look at
farm
the
in
little
reality.
bitty-
The Spanish moss, a lot of people will tell you that the Spanish moss is gonna kill the tree. That's not true. It's an epiphyte, it gets all the nutrients from the air, takes no nutrients from the tree itself. It's genetically, they couldn't grow facial hair down here, so they never, the levee have been asking two questions. One, what's gonna happen to the wetlands inside the levee? And two, what do we feel about it being we work in this area? Y'all's 87 or below, they're all females. Right in between, there is a chance to have a mixed group. It is very rare that ever happens out here. A baby alligator is only about the size of one of your fingers, and everything eats them. Birds, snakes, fish, other alligators. We even have big enough bullfrogs out here to eat them. Y'all, alligators were very close to being extinct in the 1960s and 1965. They were considered on the brink of extinction. What happened with alligators is we started farming them. Y'all, farms,
Big boy.
we do. So there's 36 different species of snakes in this part of Louisiana. There's only 4 of them that are venomous. As far as seeing a venomous snake, might only happen a time or two a year. We don't
Yeah. There's the other one. I wonder if
Pecans, sweet potatoes, oranges. Definitely has been connected to the regional traffic grid. So all the roads in this area have been developed and improved. And you can see that the economy here has really grown by leaps and bounds because of this bridge. Barges and continue up the river, so close to 60,000 barges a year, 1,200 miles of track through North America and Canada, transports over $250 billion worth of goods annually. Now, the river is the best way, it's the easiest, most
Hot dogs, steamers, and at night time, 3 deep in a foaming bed. All singing a hard time, hoping someday we'd record a hit. Things would be sweet. Then we'd settle down on that place you call Easy Street. It so happened on one July the 6th, we recorded a day. It was something like this.
that really well. You'll take it out, you'll use all the drippings from that, add the Trinity, smother that down really good, then that's how you make a delicious jambalaya. And y'all, I have to think about when I take
the debris from the sugar mill. Here comes the sugar mill.
Now I see the school buses that you were asking about. Yeah. And so will be shifts as they would go around the community and pick up workers
All those
or
trucks
bring
full.
them out to fields, or they could be using it as that as well. I mean, my daddy rode a bus for years going to plants on the river.
There's the sugar mill.
Talk talking about Cajuns. Spent the morning with Captain Brian, who is a Cajun. And so for that reason, I'm actually gonna share a fun little comparison of friends versus Cajun friends. Now, friends don't never ask for food, right? But Cajun friends, they always bring the food. Friends will say hello. Cajun friends, guess what? You get a big warm hug and a kiss. Yep, even in COVID times. Friends call your parents Mr. and Mrs. Cajun friends, they call them Mom and Dad. Now, your friends, I don't know, have they ever seen you cry? Maybe. Cajun friends, well, they cry with you. Now, friends eat at your dinner table, and they politely leave. Cajun friends, they love spending time together. They talk, they laugh, they help each other clean up, they break out the boudin.
We're back on the ship for lunch. French onion soup, honey. We have iced tea. Yay. So this is Nottoway Plantation, and I believe I heard her say that this house was moved 3 times because of the river changing, but I could be wrong. But anyway, I'm going to go on a tour of it shortly, so hopefully you'll be able to photograph some of the inside. And our ship is on the other, her boat, it's so sunny, I'm sorry, is on the other side of that levee. Looking down. Oh, look at the pretty foliage, the bright coleus, if I could say it right. Verbinia, vinca. Oh, I forgot what the purple ones are called. And the fountain isn't going right now, but here's the side of the mansion. This was a sugarcane plantation. Everything around here is based on sugarcane, still doing it today. Okay, the building I'm walking toward there is now the gift shop. There's a museum, there's different things here on the grounds. These big old oak trees. I'm in front of the gift shop right now. Grounds are beautiful.
Law, who was trained to be a female overseer when male slaves were. They would have had gas lights, and the property had its own working way are truly staggering. The mansion alone features 56,000 square feet domain of Emily. Now, while most of this furniture that we have is not original, the furniture we have in here today is very... The main entertainment space just opened up for viewing, so why don't we head...
Doesn't have the mirrors in it.
The Owen family, who purchased Nottoway in the 1920s.
My job to make sure that they're all good. So one of my favorite parts of working here is I come in to work.
Okay, it's a beefy night here. And the buffet has prime rib and some really great sounding sides, actually. And these are the things that are available every night.